I've got family and friends who are members of the LGBTQIA+ community, and it's a community of people that, for a long time have been massively marginalised and discriminated against, and I'm all for creating a safer and more welcoming society for all communities. Any kind of toxic masculine kind of atmosphere doesn't make people from the gay community feel welcome, and homophobia, I will say, is in the last 10 years in my experience in football has definitely improved. Words that we use were not always intended to be hateful towards people of that community, but now understand that that's not acceptable and that language is outdated. Of course, it's always difficult because people sometimes will have beliefs that are totally ingrained, but even with some of those moments, I think when they realise that the majority is definitely in support of these communities, then it makes them realise that the way they speak or anything like that is not the way. Players are becoming more comfortable to speak openly about issues that are important to them. You only have to look at the examples of Marcus Rashford, through a mostly online campaign through social media, lobbied the government to actually change policy, which is pretty special. Of course, education and making information available to people involved in football is a massively important part of it. Players need to know that they're comfortable and supported. Look at the Premier League with the Black Lives Matter movement and supporting the players, and they'll have our back when we want to speak up about an issue that's close to us. I think the fact that we've seen players openly come out and be so overwhelmingly supported by the football community. People like Josh have done more in that sense than probably anything we'll ever do for young players, to see a young professional come out, speak so eloquently on the issue and be so openly supported by the footballing community across the globe. I think that speaks louder than any action ever will. I think it's obviously a serious issue involving the upcoming World Cup, and the feeling of people in these communities feeling unsafe or unwelcome at a tournament that is global and for everybody. This is not politics or religion, this is human rights, and these are areas that we must always be supportive of, and I think that's probably what we need to see in the upcoming months. Football is kind of sometimes viewed as a little platform into wider society sometimes, and I think when you see people in football and players in sport openly supportive of issues, I think it does feed into wider society. Definitely sport has a pretty unique way of influencing that, and for us that's a responsibility that we can take on board and try and help grow and support education and support of these communities, and try and create that balance of quality that we all so badly want for all of society. Collective action is always more powerful than individual action, and I think we'll see more of that as more individual players probably become involved in being active in these areas. And obviously I'm grateful to be a part of a community of people who feel the same way and are openly supporting issues that are close to me, and everyone I've known at this football club has totally not just bought into it, but I think is accepting and supportive of those values. And I think if you weren't, then you in this football club, you'd find out very quickly that this was not the place for you.